Today's video is sponsored by Factor. Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. Bought a little something from Tractor Supply. Maybe a waste of 400 bucks, maybe the greatest thing ever. We'll find out. We'll try it out tomorrow morning. All right, so it is first thing in the morning. Levi's putting this together. What it is a Timber Tough 3-point sawbuck. We'll show you how it works when it's all put together. A lot of pieces.
A lot of pieces, but really straightforward, so it's nice.
And this will mount on the back of the tractor, and what we're thinking is we're going to use this for cutting slabs up into usable firewood. And I like the idea of it being on the tractor because we can pull it right up to the sawmill as we're sawing, load it up with slabs, then take them down to the splitter and cut them up. This was $400 plus shipping. I don't think you could buy the steel for that. You know what I mean? That's really not that bad. Hopefully it works out, but we'll see here later on today. But it's heavy. Everything's heavy, which it needs to be. You know, I'm thinking load it up with slabs. You'll see when it's all put together. But it has pieces that'll fold down, and then you can bring those up. But I could run that 661 saw with a 3-foot bar and cut through a bunch of it right down by the splitter. So we'll see. All right, while Levi's up there finishing putting that together, I brought this pallet down that I made last night. I'll stack more lumber on this, like this right here. Now this is all plain sawn red oak, and we've got walnut up top. We'll make another lift right here of quarter sawn and rift sawn red oak, like this stuff here. Really nice lumber. These are very easy to make, and I use pretty much what would be a unusable product. The 4x4s are the center of the red oak logs that we saw, the pith, and they're prone to cracking and checking and things like that. So I just use them for cribbing, pallets, things like this. The cross pieces are just some white pine stuff we had laying around. The most expensive part about it, though, is the Fasten Master. Yeah, Fasten Master, is that what they're called? Those headlock screws. I use 4.5-inch screws, but they stay together. They'll last several years. And I put this down, stack the lumber on it, and then before it goes into the kiln, I will lift the lumber off these pallets. In the kiln, we'll have stringers on 16-inch centers that you will set the lifts of lumber on. A lot of people say I can't pick the pallet up with the lumber on. That is true. I don't want to. These will be used for several years just to stack lumber on before it goes in the kiln. Come in with the forks, lift the lumber off the pallet. right, I'm just stacking some lumber down here. Looks pretty good. This is quarter sawn and rift sawn red oak, plain sawn red oak. I think I went over that before. It is a warm one today. It's about 85 degrees. It isn't too bad down here in the shade, but I'm going to head up to the house. I think Levi is done putting that sawbuck together. The hunt man and I are going to get some lunch. Then we'll go over the timber tough sawbuck. I think that's what it's called. Earlier, I mentioned that today's video was sponsored by Factor. And I'll tell you what, this week, the hunt man and I have been hitting the Factor meals pretty hard. Melissa and Eva are down at the beach, so it's Hunter and I holding down the fort. With Factor, you can eat stress-free. With Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals, every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian-approved, and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Factor takes the stress out of meal planning, and you can skip the grocery stores, prep work, no cooking fatigue, no cleanup. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. Factor also offers Gourmet Plus meals as part of your weekly options, which means you can get a little gourmet with your meal plan whenever you're craving something special. As you know, we stay busy all the time, and this week I have been extremely busy with Melissa gone, and Factor meals are the perfect fit for us. Like I said, you don't have to run out to the grocery store. You can skip the takeout food. It is delicious meals delivered fresh right to your door. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code 50OWTM to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. That's code 50OWTM at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. All right, Levi got it all put together and we just put it on the tractor. Let's see how big this is. About 6 feet wide, 22 deep, and 18 high. So the way this is supposed to work, you load this up with logs, but in my case, it'll be slabs off the sawmill, and then you can cut them with your chainsaw. You know, the slabs will only go to here, so you got a little wiggle room right here so you don't hit this, and just cut down through them. Let's go try it out. right, so far, I like it. I actually love it. Now, I didn't load it all the way up. That oak's pretty heavy. I had it about 3/4, but you can see how much I was able to cut in just a few minutes. Now, some of this stuff will get split down, but I'll show you what we're making out of it. This right here, not these are stickers, but we're getting wood like that out of the slabs. Now, I'm only fooling with the oak. I'm not sure, maybe we'll do cherry as well, but this is perfect size and perfect wood for like the mid-size solo stoves and Brio pit. 12 inches, all oak. I think we can make a marketable product out of what would normally be waste. Like I mentioned earlier, you can pull these pins, fold these down for loading it, but what we'll do, we'll set this at the end of the sawmill, pull the slabs right off the mill, right onto this, pull it down here to where we want to cut and split, cut it all, split it all, put it in the baskets. You know what's pretty crazy? This is the only video on one of these on YouTube. As far as I can tell, I searched for it, couldn't find any. Like I said, 400 bucks at Tractor Supply. I don't have a link or anything, but I'm sure you can go to their website, plus shipping. So that's going to depend on where you're located. But so far, I think it's a home run. All right, got all the grass cut. That was probably the last thing that I should have done. It all started with the grandkids. They had like a sinus thing. Thea has a cough. I got it now. Then you throw in the allergies. I mean, besides a sore throat, watery eyes, runny nose, and my voice is all jacked up, I feel pretty good. All right, it is going to be a busy day today. I think most of that will probably be in the next video. But late yesterday, Tom from Concrete with the Hosses, he texted me, said they're going to come over this morning and pour that pad for the kiln. So that's a good thing. I just moved the land plane out of the way. We may need a little bit more stone, so I'm going to run to the stone yard, so I make sure we have that. And just move a couple things out of the way, but those guys should be able to knock that out pretty quick. But I feel much better today than I did last night. I slept pretty good last night, but this thing has been just going around. Like I said, all the grandkids, our kids, everybody I know has a little something right now. And this morning I feel much better. My voice is still all jacked up. I always tell Melissa, I give everything in percentages. I would say today, I'm at about 87% normal mic. Yesterday morning was probably about 80%. So things are looking up. But anyway, that 3-point sawbuck seems pretty legit. It does. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't buy it and try it myself. But that's going to be very, very useful. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. Appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.